Transitioning to his personal life, Chico Marx was not only a comedic talent, but also known for his adventurous romantic pursuits. One of the most famous episodes involved his daring attempt to woo actress Tallulah Bankhead, leading to a Hollywood legend in its own right. Born on March 22, 1887, Chico Marx is famously known as the oldest of the Marx brothers. However, original circumstances painted a different picture. Chico had an older brother named Manfred, who sadly passed away during infancy. This event led to Chico assuming the role of the firstborn. Family accounts suggest that Chico's parents showered him with extra care and affection, possibly due to the tragic loss of Manfred. Many believe he was their favorite son. As the siblings grew up, the dynamics within their family were deeply influenced by their mother's preferences. Despite their eventual camaraderie as adults, there were underlying tensions stemming from their childhood. The actor, known for his comedic flair, often found himself at the center of their mother's affection, which caused a degree of resentment in his brother. This favoritism didn't go unnoticed, as the mother even gave Groucho the nickname the Jealous One, hinting at the discontent brewing beneath the surface. While the brothers shared many experiences and developed a bond later in life, the early years were marked by a sense of competition and rivalry. The affection directed towards Chico stirred feelings of inadequacy in Groucho, who struggled with the implications of being deemed jealous. These dynamics played a significant role in shaping their relationships and the way they interacted in both personal and professional settings. The complexities of sibling love interwoven with jealousy illuminated their shared history and contributed to the rich tapestry of their legacy. From a young age, Chico Marx developed less than ideal survival tactics due to his humble and impoverished family background. As a child, he mastered the art of swiping things from anyone and everyone, ranging from items he deemed useful for his family to things he simply desired. Chico Marx's swiping habit became so commonplace that he didn't restrict his targets to strangers. According to how Groucho remembered it, Chico would frequently swipe materials from his own father's tailoring business, including his father's money and scissors. Ironically, this probably placed great stress on the dad's ability to earn an income, further perpetuating Chico's need to take other people's stuff. Chico Marx spent a lot of his childhood trying to outsmart and swindle delinquents on the streets of New York City. He dedicated much of his time to the local pool rooms, even at a very young age. By the time he turned 13, his circle of friends already included street idlers and gamblers. This early exposure to the rough and tumble world of street life helped shape his future path in the entertainment industry, where he would go on to become a legendary actor and entertainer. Despite the challenges he faced growing up, Chico Marx's experiences on the streets of New York City undoubtedly played a significant role in shaping his resilience and street-smart demeanor that would later endear him to audiences around the world. Chico Marx spent much of his childhood in pool rooms, a setting that would profoundly shape his life. This environment initiated what would become an extreme gambling problem that followed him throughout his years. From a young age, he developed a fascination with games of chance and betting, which later became a significant part of his identity. Friends and family who knew the actor often associated him with this habit, recognizing it as one of his most defining traits. The allure of gambling drew him in deeply, leading to choices that sometimes proved detrimental. His experiences in those pool rooms fostered not just a love for the thrill of the game, but also a cycle of highs and lows that characterized much of his private life. Those close to him saw how this obsession permeated his relationships and career. The consequences of his gambling habits were felt by many, shaping how he was viewed both personally and professionally. The actor's reputation, intertwined with this struggle, highlighted the impact of early influences and the challenges that come with them. Chico Marx was known for his unusual bets. In addition to the typical things like gambling on playing cards, pool, and races, he would bet money on things as minor and unpredictable as what letters would appear on the license plates of passing cars, or even what direction raindrops would fall. These unique and quirky bets added an extra layer of excitement to his gambling adventures. Chico Marx's willingness to bet on such whimsical and unpredictable events showcased his fun-loving and adventurous spirit, keeping his gambling experiences engaging and entertaining. Chico Marx, despite all the suffering his gambling habit caused, had one positive outcome. A friend of his created the Marx brothers' irreplaceable nicknames during a poker game. His friend came up with rhyming names for each brother, reflecting something unique about their personalities. This moment sparked the birth of the iconic Marx brothers. Chico Marx, the actor, earned his nickname from a young age due to his persistent pursuit of intimate encounters with women, often referred to as chasing chicks. His name Marx is pronounced as Chico to reflect this interest, diverging from the Spanish pronunciation. Often associated with the humor of the Marx brothers, one brother stood out for his remarkable gift at the piano. He gained significant respect as a talented pianist, showcasing skills that many of his fans may not recognize. His musical ability played a crucial role in the dynamic of the films produced by the group. While audiences often remember the jokes and comedic antics, they might be surprised to learn that he spent much of his life performing music, alongside the comedy that made the family famous. His performances were notable, characterized by a lively playing style that blended humor with genuine musical talent. The actor did not just play the piano as part of a comedic act, he breathed life into the music, captivating audiences with his skill and flair. Those who have watched the classic films might think of him primarily as a comedian, yet his work as a pianist was crucial to his identity and career. Through the years, he earned deep appreciation from fellow musicians and audiences alike, demonstrating that his talent on the keys was as significant as his comic genius, making him a well-rounded performer. His legacy in both comedy and music reveals a multifaceted artist whose contributions extended beyond just laughs. The blend of comedy and musical talent made their projects unique and memorable, cementing their place in film history. Fans of his movies often discover a new appreciation for his piano performances, showcasing just how intertwined music was with the humor he offered. As a result, his piano playing is not merely an accompaniment to the comedy. It stands as a testament to the depth of his artistry. Despite having grown up to be one of the three main on-screen Marx brothers, Chico originally wasn't part of the family act at all due to his piano lessons. He had started a solo show business career as a traveling musician long before the rest of his brothers began this group together on the vaudeville circuit. Chico Marx, known for his comedic timing and musical talent, established himself as a prominent figure in the entertainment industry, captivating audiences with his wit and charm. Chico Marx. When the family act did begin, you can bet he made sure he was front and center. So, how did this classic go from a solo musician to a core member of the family's comedy act? Well, it all started one night in Illinois, when the schedule of his musical act coincided with his brother's comedy act. When Cher realized this was happening, he decided to give his brothers a little surprise. During the first performance together, while the brothers performed on stage, Chico hid his face and pretended to just be a piano player in the theater's backing orchestra. Then, in the middle of the performance, one of the brothers recognized him. Hardly a few seconds had passed before Chico and his brothers interrupted the whole planned show to horse around in front of the audience. Chico Marx, known for his romantic pursuits, lived a life filled with both his gambling habit and an insatiable desire for intimate encounters with numerous women. He made history as the first brother to marry when he wed Betty Karp in 1917. However, despite this commitment, Chico struggled to remain faithful to Betty. Rumors suggest that he may have strayed as early as their honeymoon, unable to resist the lure of other women. His constant pursuit of romantic liaisons added an intriguing layer to the legacy of this classic actor. Whenever the brothers were on tour, the actor found it difficult to resist the allure of extramarital affairs. He had a particular routine that often played out in hotel lobbies. With his nimble fingers, he would make his way to the piano, letting the music flow while he waited for someone to come along. The enchanting sound of his playing would frequently attract female guests, drawn in by the charm of a man lost in melody. This well-practiced ploy worked more often than not. His ability to attract attention through his music was almost effortless, leading to quick connections that frequently turned into romantic escapades. The excitement of these clandestine affairs added a layer of thrill to his life on the road, contrasting with the structured nature of the tours. Each new city offered fresh opportunities for flirtation, and the actor thrived in those moments of connection, often leaving a trail of fleeting romances in his wake. Throughout Chico Marx's life, his marriage was marked by struggles. Despite his chronic unfaithfulness, his wife Betty did everything in her power to try and make their marriage work. The couple had one child, a daughter named Maxine, born a year into their marriage. Many recalled Betty's immense patience and willingness to forgive. These attributes of hers are probably the sole reason that this unstable marriage lasted for a full 30 years. Despite looking nothing alike in their iconic costumes, Chico Marx and Harpo Marx looked very similar in real life. People often confuse them for one another. Chico often used this to his advantage, impersonating Harpo for both good and for bad. At times, this actually prevented Harpo from being able to get jobs since places that had bad experiences with Chico would assume they were the same person. Chico Marx, the legendary actor known for his comedic genius, had a controversial past filled with swindling and schemes. During his youth, he was deeply involved in sleazy behavior that landed him in various tricky situations. One notable incident involved his brother, Harpo, who stumbled upon a lucrative deal on cuckoo clocks. Excited to make a profit, Harpo planned to purchase the clocks for resale, only to discover that Chico had already exploited this opportunity by selling defective clocks all over town. This devious act not only thwarted Harpo's business prospects, but also tarnished his reputation before it even had a chance to take off. Chico's penchant for underhanded dealings and questionable tactics cast a shadow over his early years, shaping his journey to stardom in the entertainment industry. Despite his checkered past, Chico Marx's legacy as a comedic icon endures, captivating audiences with his wit and charm on the silver screen. Despite his recklessness and instability, Chico Marx acted as the leader of the Marx Brothers behind the scenes. After their mother retired as the group's manager, Chico took over those duties and handled all of their business dealings, including landing their movie opportunities and negotiating their contracts. Chico's surprising leadership skills were crucial in guiding the group's successful career in the entertainment industry. He played a pivotal role in shaping the direction of the Marx Brothers and ensuring their continued success in the business aspects of show business. Through his strategic decision-making and negotiation abilities, Chico helped secure their place as iconic figures in the world of comedy and film. His behind-the-scenes leadership was essential to the group's longevity and impact in the entertainment world. After the release of their 1941 film, the Marx Brothers aimed to step away from the silver screen, promoting the film as their grand farewell. At that time, they felt it was the right moment to conclude their cinematic journey. However, circumstances changed due to one brother's compulsive gambling habits that left him in dire financial straits. This led to a decision among the group to come together once again in 1946. They ventured back into filmmaking with a project titled A Night in Casablanca, a film designed purely to assist their struggling brother. The motivation was clear. The need for money outweighed their earlier plans to retire. In this classic, the actor showcased his comedic prowess alongside his siblings, which delighted longtime fans and also helped rebuild his finances. The reunion not only breathed new life into their careers, but also reaffirmed the enduring bond between the brothers. Their collective efforts in this venture exemplified their commitment to each other in times of hardship, while bringing joy to audiences once more. After the Marx Brothers slowed down from performing as a group, Chico Marx began a now largely forgotten second career as the leader of his own big band, known as the Chico Marx Orchestra. He found some success with this group, but that's not all. The orchestra also discovered and introduced the world to future singing star Mel Torme when Torme was only 17 years old. This classic combo of Chico Marx and the Chico Marx Orchestra not only entertained audiences, but also played a role in launching the career of a young talent who would go on to become a renowned singer. With Chico Marx's leadership, the band enjoyed its own spotlight and left a lasting impact on the music industry. While the actor made significant contributions to comedy, he often exhibited a lack of seriousness that characterized both his professional and personal life. This attitude extended to his marriage and his piano playing, reflecting a carefree approach that sometimes bordered on reckless. He was known to arrive late and unprepared for performances, which left his brothers scrambling to fill the gaps. On numerous occasions, he would step onto the stage only to find that he couldn't remember his lines. This casual demeanor could frustrate his family, as they often had to adapt quickly to cover for his absences or lapses in memory. Despite such challenges, his unique style added an unmistakable charm to their acts. His antics and playful spirit made him beloved by audiences, even if his lack of preparedness sometimes caused chaos behind the scenes. The unpredictable nature of his performances became part of his identity, showing that while he may not have taken the job too seriously, he undoubtedly brought joy to many with his humor and spontaneity. Chico Marx, the actor, was always fueled by money and gambling backstage. One night, Groucho challenged him with a dollar bill, hiding it to test if Chico could recite its serial number from memory. To everyone's surprise, Chico succeeded in true vintage style. However, as he went out on stage, he ended up forgetting his lines. Through the years, the actor struggled with a gambling problem that began in his youth. Despite his success in comedy and film, he found it difficult to overcome this addiction. Decades later, someone wanting to understand the scope of his losses asked how much money he had lost to gambling over his lifetime. Instead of giving a number, he quipped, "Ask Harpo how much money he has. That's how much I've lost." This witty yet somber remark reflects not only the magnitude of his gambling woes, but also a glimpse into the often hidden pain behind the laughter. The actor's life illustrates the harsh reality faced by many who cannot escape the grip of gambling, illustrating how even those in the spotlight can struggle silently with addiction. His legacy mixes moments of joy and laughter with cautionary tales that remind fans of the complex human experience filled with both successes and challenges. Chico Marx, despite having been well respected as a musician, never really seemed to care all that much about the piano. Perhaps due to his lackadaisical attitude towards the concept of taking responsibility, he never practiced his instrument and just relied on his raw natural talent, something he had a lot of. Chico Marx, although he lacked a studious side, had a natural talent for understanding mathematics and an impressively accurate photographic memory. Groucho once remarked that had Chico chosen to go into academia, he could have been a very successful mathematician. Chico Marx, the actor, is best known for the exaggerated Italian accent he always spoke in on screen. Needless to say, his real voice did not sound that way. He simply used the accent as part of his on-screen persona. However, it wasn't the reason he originally created the voice. There was more to his character that made him a memorable figure in cinema history. Long before his show business career began, a young Chico learned to imitate accents of the various ethnic groups that lived around him in New York City in order to fit in wherever he went. One of the most shocking moments in Chico Marx's life came completely out of the blue, when officers examined the body of Bugsy Siegel, the famous old-time gangster who built the first Las Vegas casinos. They found a check from Chico Marx in his pocket. It remains unclear why Chico had written this shady character a check. Knowing the complicated world that surrounded the actor, it is interesting to note the relief Groucho felt regarding a particular incident involving Bugsy Siegel. This underworld figure had a dangerous reputation, making any interactions with him quite treacherous. Groucho was glad to find out that before Siegel could cash a check written by his brother, he had lost his life. The thought of the check bouncing after such an encounter could have led to disastrous consequences for the comedian. Given the actor's personality and fame, there was a strong possibility that Bugsy, had he lived, would not have taken kindly to such an affront. The repercussions could have escalated into mob-like revenge, putting both him and his family in precarious positions. The notion of being drawn into such a dangerous game would weigh heavily on anyone, especially those in show business who relied on their reputation and safety. The actor's brush with the criminal world through this incident highlights the often unseen challenges and risks entertainers face. In the later years of Chico Marx's life, his gambling habit spiraled out of control. It became evident to his entire family that he would never conquer this vice. Consequently, his brothers united to take charge of his finances. They oversaw all his money during his final years, restricting him to a fixed monthly allowance. Despite his struggles with gambling, Chico Marx continued to entertain audiences with his comedic brilliance until the end of his career. His legacy as a talented actor and comedian endures, remembered for his wit and charm on screen. Chico Marx famously did not make excuses or apologies for his wild behavior, but he did make one exception just days before his passing. After a long and jovial call with his daughter Maxine, Chico's emotional side came out unexpectedly. He apologized to his daughter for the stress and deprivation his gambling caused their family during her childhood. This heartfelt apology showcased a side of Chico that was rarely seen, showing the deep remorse he felt for the impact of his actions on his loved ones. It was a touching moment of vulnerability and reconciliation between father and daughter, highlighting the complexities of Chico's personality beyond his on-screen persona. This poignant exchange served as a final act of closure and healing in their relationship, allowing Chico to express his regret and seek forgiveness before the end of his life. The sincerity of his apology resonated with Maxine, providing comfort and closure for both of them as they navigated the complexities of their shared history. Chico's willingness to confront his past and make amends demonstrated a depth of character that went beyond his public image, leaving a lasting impression on those closest to him. The power of a sincere apology can mend even the deepest wounds, offering a path to healing and understanding in the face of past mistakes. On October 11, 1961, Chico Marx became the first Marx's brother to pass away. His friends were understandably upset when attending his funeral, but things got weird fast. A man that none of them recognized stood up to give a eulogy. Things got even weirder when the man's eulogy described Chico's life and personality in completely inaccurate ways. Shocked and confused, Harpo reacted by telling Maxine, "When I go, do me a favor and hire a mime." This humorous response reflects the playful spirit that characterized the actor's life. Although he remained one of the three main Marx brothers throughout their performances, his contributions often went overlooked by many fans. The group was known for their legendary shenanigans, with each brother bringing a unique flavor to the act. Harpo, with his silent antics and expressive physical comedy, played a crucial role in creating memorable moments that delighted audiences. His ability to communicate without words made him a standout performer, yet many still failed to fully appreciate the depth of his talent. Even as the group evolved and performed together over the years, the legacy of this classic comedy duo sometimes overshadowed the essential parts played by each brother. This dynamic often left Harpo's influence under-recognized, despite the joy he brought to countless fans. Chico Marx found himself in an unexpected position in an online fan poll by Turner Classic Movies. Surprisingly, he finished last in terms of which brother the public finds the funniest, even behind Zeppo, the brother who played minor non-comedic roles in only the first few Marx Brothers films. This unexpected outcome highlights the diverse range of opinions among fans and showcases how each Marx brother brings a unique contribution to the group dynamic. Despite this result, Chico Marx's talent and comedic legacy continued to be celebrated by fans and film enthusiasts alike. The poll serves as a reminder of the subjective nature of humor and the enduring appeal of this classic comedy act. At a lively Hollywood party, the actor's charm was on full display when he encountered the renowned Tallulah Bankhead. She was not only a famous star, but also the daughter of a congressman, which added to her allure. However, the actor was unfazed by her background or reputation. With his characteristic boldness, he approached Bankhead and made his intentions clear in front of everyone present. His directness surprised many, as he expressed quite frankly that he wanted to sleep with her. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation as guests watched this unfolding drama. In an unexpected twist, Bankhead responded with a playful acceptance, famously saying, "And so you shall, you old-fashioned boy." This encounter became a legendary story in Hollywood circles, showcasing the actor's audacity and charm, while highlighting Bankhead's spirited personality. Their brief exchange became a memorable moment that reflected the bold and often whimsical nature of relationships in the glamorous world of early cinema, contributing to the rich tapestry of Hollywood